Hey Tom, time to rise up. What do Falcons do? Rise up. Welcome to Rise Up Reactions, show where we talk all things Falcons, NFL, Georgia sports, and in general the sports news of the day. I'm your host, Dr. Lee Denning, the lifelong sports fan and the Golden Hard Doc, and today I am coming very briefly to you with a preview of the Falcons versus the Green Bay Packers. Now, I have been a part of the Grossi Posse since about 2019 when I first found his videos. Love Tom Grossi. I think he's an amazing content creator. The idea of chaotic good is really inspiring, and it's something that we shall all strive for. But this week, I hope we beat the ever-living piss out of your Green Bay Packers, and I do think that the Falcons can do it. Now, the keys for the Falcons. We had a lot of things that we needed to tighten up on this past week. We had holes in the pass protection, holes on the right side of the line, which we thought was going to be the stronger side, having just re-signed McGarry and also having Chris Lindstrom on a massive deal. Drew Dahlman didn't necessarily look great as a center. Bergeron got picked on a lot at left guard, and really the only one that was fairly solid for the most part was Jake Matthews. So we have to tighten up and we have to stop shooting ourselves in the foot because we also ended up with several penalties, particularly when we were just getting started on drives deep in our own territory that caused us to not be able to focus on our strength, which obviously is running the damn ball. So Tyler Algier, he had, I think, 75 or 80 yards. You had Bijan Robinson, who had 56 yards on the ground, and then another 27 through the air. He had a lot of receptions, which, again, were only 27 yards and 6 receptions. I'm not particularly thrilled with that overall. Would love to see that turned into bigger swaths and less receptions, because that means that we're actually moving the ball a little bit. Had a lot of dink and dunk, a lot out in the flats, a lot of screens, or a lot of just check downs after reads were falling apart or after the pocket collapsed on offense. Desmond Ridder, 15 of 18, didn't throw more than 120 yards. He's going to have to be a little bit better, though I don't think he's going to throw more than 160, 170. That's just my personal feeling. Drake London has to look better, and then Kyle Pitts needs to also develop some chemistry with Ridder as well. Now, this all sounds doom and gloom, but the Falcons still won 24-10 last week, and that was on the back of our defense, our revamped secondary, bringing in Jesse Bates, who is going to be lights out for the team this year and has brought his own leadership to the team. AJ Terrell looked better than he had in a couple of years. Richie Grant looked like a man on fire. And then, again, we were playing with Trey Flowers. I don't know yet. I think it's still to be determined if Jeff Okudah is going to play or not. I assume he is probably not playing. And then we also don't know about our other guy, Cordell Patterson, our joker. He may or may not be playing. As I'm speaking, I'm literally looking up the injury report and just trying to see where we're at with things. And right now, we also, earlier this week, Troy Anderson entered concussion protocol. Hopefully, he will be good to go. He didn't practice yesterday. That may be another area where we may be hurting because he played a pretty good game overall this past week against Carolina. So we could be hurting there. But Jeff Okudah did get a limited practice. Corral got a full practice, so I assume he's going to be fine. And then Calais Campbell, he is basically not really injury related. He's just getting rest because he's 38 years old. As far as the Packers go, you got David Bakhtiari, who is going to be a major protective piece for Jordan Love. He didn't practice the last 2 days, but it's really more for veteran rest. He is nursing a little bit of a knee injury, so we'll see how that goes. Romeo Doubs had a limited practice. Rashawn Gary had a limited practice. Elton Jenkins limited practice. I'm trying to see. Aaron Jones has not practiced. He had a non-contact injury, which may be the difference maker in this game for Atlanta. They still have A.J. Dillon, and Christian Watson also didn't practice. So they're going to be without several weapons, or at least going to be a little bit hamstrung, pardon the pun, on several of their weapons. So the Falcons are in a similar situation with some of our guys, but overall, I think it could end up swinging in the Falcons' favor with some of the defense or some of the injuries that are going on with the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Falcons' defense did what we needed to do through the air. We didn't do shit against the run. We allowed over 150 yards to a trio of running backs and it was terrible. We were not getting pressure if we weren't specifically blitzing. We built up this defensive front, this defensive four, so that we wouldn't have to bring in blitz packages. But when we did bring blitz packages, they were effective. Now, that's going to be tough against Jordan Love, who, even though he's a pseudo rookie in the league, is still a 4-year veteran of the NFL. He has gotten to watch game speed. He has gotten to play and practice with guys who have been elite talents in the NFL for several years. So, he has a little bit more experience, and he showed off that experience against the Chicago Bears. We've got to shut him down. If we don't shut him down, then we will lose this game. So the keys to victory for me are we have to shut down Jordan Love by bringing pass rush with the 4 starters. We can do some blitz packages, but we've got to do that. We've got to plug up the holes, the leaks against the run, which I think will be easier if they just have A.J. Dillon that we have to worry about and less about Aaron Jones. And we have to maintain defensive poise and maintain that solid, strong presence in the defensive secondary. So a lot of the keys to this game are going to be on defense. Offense, you got to plug up your holes against the pass, and you've got to continue to pound the rock and limit your overall penalties, because that shot us in the foot more than I care to admit. But again, pulled out the football right at the beginning. So many of you who have followed me for a little while will know, went to Tom Grossi's 30 and 30 meetup event. Very glad that I got him to sign this football. It means a lot to me. I really hope this football is an omen for his destruction this weekend, though. Sorry, Tom, not cheering for you this week. I will cheer for you and all of your accomplishments, particularly hitting 500,000 subscribers. Congratulations to that going forward. But this week, it is Green Bay Hate Week, and as always, rise up.